rock you the way.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the SDFC Fancast.
I'm back. I'm back.
We're just normal men.
Trev is back, and all his sound bites are there on the board. You know what I'm saying?
We missed a crucial one last week.
I feel like it was on. We'll just pretend it was on purpose, because Trev's comedic timing is just bar none, unstoppable. But how you guys doing? What's going down? Did you guys have a good week? I can tell by everyone's reaction. Great week. Everybody had a great, exciting week. Let's start with you, Keegan. What's going on?
Yeah, good week. Minus everything else. Who gives a shit? No, good week. We went to my dad's retirement party last night. He's retiring as well as a couple other people from his office, so we had fun. There's like heavy hors d'oeuvres, wine, all that in Temecula last night.
That's a big deal.
Did you say heavy hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah, or heavy appetizers. Very good
I think
shrimp.
the heavy was the more in question part.
Is that like a
was
thing?
Like thick cheeses and salamis and such, or like what do we?
Yeah, they had like good shrimp, like shrimp scampi, good shrimp. They had like these little pieces of toast with like tri-tip on top, cheese.
Just sounds like hors d'oeuvres to me. Is that
heavy?
I'm trying to be respectful to the company. Yes, it was hors d'oeuvres, but yeah, it was nice.
Keegan.
A lot of free, really expensive good wine. So thank you for them.
So they spent all their money on the wine and went heavy on the hors d'oeuvres, so they didn't have to feed everybody. Gotcha.
Yeah, but but it was like 60 people, so I get it. Like, it was good, but they had a ton of food, really good desserts, so that was nice. Tired. And then other than that, kids are kind of like you. Well, we'll get into it, but yeah, a lot of sickness spread. A lot of sickness.
Did your dad retire? Did your dad retire from an hors d'oeuvres company? Is that why there were so many?
He did. Hors d'oeuvres
specialize in.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So they gave him, the creme de la creme for the party. Good weekend. How about you, Chris? How are you? How's your week been feeling?
Yeah, how you doing over there, Mr. Coffee McCofferson?
Yeah, I've been a little sick these past few days. Shit. It's seems to be going around. Keegan, you kind of alluded to it. Sounds like your kiddos are sick as well. Yeah, I have not been sick since March of 2023. So I was going 18 months strong, and it finally got me. So apologies if the energy isn't quite
sound great.
That's fine. Hey, I'll leave the bad energy to you guys. We're all good here. We're having a good time. I was listening to producer Trev's music before, and it was just very fitting. Cool in the gang, celebrate. That's what we were listening to. Celebrate and hanging out. So you guys, you know what? You two down and on my screen at the bottom, you guys just commiserate together. All right, Keegan and I will dance.
We don't know. Oh, so it's me and Colin. Okay, got it.
You got to see my screen. Then the joke would make more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, my weekend was fine. We didn't do much. Just we bought a cordless vacuum. That was the highlight of our weekend.
That sounds like a blast.
What brand?
Oh wow. Sharper Image.
Oh, well, nice.
Yeah.
SI.
Good stuff. Good stuff. It's good stuff there. So cheers to those on the sharpening image side of things. Colin?
Nice. Yeah, Colin, what's going on with you?
Well, my wife had to drop her off at the airport to fly down to San Diego yesterday, so I hope she doesn't get down with the sickness. Hopefully, but so she's down there, not for the best news. Her sister's not doing well, but so she's down there for about a week. So I, just kind of today I painted my room, kind of just play with the animals and watch some football and just kind of just trying to stay alive, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Down here, I was gonna play some Fortnite with the fellas, and then I texted the Fortnite crew, and I realized it is NFL Sunday, so nothing's gonna go on in regards to gaming or anything like that. right now for me because everyone is being normal and watching the foosball, right?
Hey, Nate. That's your name, right, Nate? I forget. It's been a long,
Last I checked.
been a blur. Can I call you Nate? You went
Yes,
to the Clippers game last night?
I
What?
did. I did.
Dude, I want to.
Flip that.
Yeah.
They have
Boop.
it's a brand new arena, the Intuit Arena, I believe is what it's called, or TurboTax or some shit.
Intuit
Uh,
Dome.
and it's supposed to be insane. I want to hear all about it.
It is insane. Yeah, I'll jump on in. It was a lot of fun. We got some free tickets to one of Julie's acquaintances, and we were in like a cognac lounge. De
Damn.
de Uzi. De I don't know what it's called, but dude, like we walked in, and it was funny because oh my goodness, yeah, it was crazy. So drove up to LA, which takes forever, but it was it blew my mind. Like I had never seen the Intuit Dome or anything like that. I'd never been to an NBA game either, and then the first one I go to is at this crazy new
So
dome.
you were pretty into it?
Oh,
Still
I
got it.
love it.
Still got it, even though I'm dying.
Look at the boy go. I love it. Now I had a wonderful time. I cannot recommend it enough. It was a lot of fun. I sent some pictures to the group, but I got to see, James Harden. Kawhi is injured right now, but yeah, dude, it was a good time. And in regards to the stadium itself, so it is definitely Christopher filled me in on a bunch of stuff. Like it is basketball specific, which it feels like this. It's super stadium-esque where it's really steep, but you get a lot of seats, and the seats are all really comfortable, and each one has its own little LED light. So when the stadium does the light shows and stuff like that, it's fucking everywhere. Like you can't escape it in a good way. It is like entertainment central. It generally like I was genuinely not generally, but genuinely, I was sitting there thinking, like, are we in? This is it, right? This is late stage capitalism. This is how people thought at the Coliseum. Like they're just like, holy shit! Like they are doing naval battles in a Coliseum. What? Like that's literally how I felt watching these crazy things happen before a basketball game. But that is a glowing recommendation for me. And then like just like soccer and stuff like that, like Borussia Dortmund, they have a big wall, like the wall, and it's the Clippers fans, and they have a drum, and they were doing some singing and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Raptors like try to do a free throw like on the same side because we left a little early, had to beat traffic and things like that. And the Raptors fucking suck. So
Mm.
we didn't see them, really get any free throws on the side that the wall would try to mess them up on. But I bet you that's awesome. Like I want to go back just to see that piece. Yeah, can't recommend Intuit Dome enough. As Chris said, I definitely was into it.
You were into
So,
it.
so like, I haven't been there, but I've heard about this thing called the wall. So like, Nate kind of explained it, but basically, like on the home side of the Clippers court, there's a big, almost like straight like vertical seating behind the basketball hoop. So like, and there's like Nate said, there's basically like a big ass supporter section like going crazy trying to distract the guy shooting the free throw. It's not like a normal like that happens in every stadium in basketball, but this is like next level shit. It sounds pretty wild, like almost like a soccer game. And then also,
Yeah.
I've heard that they have like a microphone under every single seat, or like a noise meter under every single seat throughout the whole stadium, so that they can like award the loudest fan of the
What?
game.
It's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So it
No,
like
An experience.
No
it
way.
oh,
encourages you to be like super loud.
and Julie just told me, so there's four buttons on every seat, and like for voting stuff like fans dancing, they pick four fans or something, and you get to pick like you bet on or not bet, but you choose which one, like A, B, C, or D, and every single seat has the four thing, and you feel like you're in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, when it's just like ask the audience. That's what it feels like for
Wow.
all of it. It's very engaging, and like above it there's this big LED circular screen, and I said LED but just so everybody knows, I have no idea what it really is, but it's this big screen, and like they do insane graphics and stuff like that, and it seriously is a giant circle that goes around and is connected, and you see it on both sides. So like as you're looking across the stadium you see that, and I'm not articulating this well, but I you got to see it. Like you just have to go there.
Was it
Good
just
Lord, I can't believe that I'm giving like these glowing recommendations for a fucking LA team. But hey, Clippers started in San Diego, right? And that's like the ship, the Clippers or something like that. I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
they have another thing right in Oceanside. Chris, you'd probably
Yeah,
know
Front
more.
Wave Arena, the
Yeah, don't
beast.
they have?
yeah, the
Yeah,
G League, the G
So
League
I
team.
felt like Julie and I were joking about it, and it's like we've been to goals games here, and then they are the feeder team for the Anaheim Ducks. So it's like, I don't know. Are we kind of like Clippers fans? I don't know. It
No,
was fun though.
I don't.
It's an excuse. If the Clippers play the Lakers, I definitely want the Clippers to win. So I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Was on the giant LED screen, was it just Keegan all baby oiled up, just going in circles?
Yeah, yeah. It was.
All
It was
right,
literally
well,
him sliding the whole time.
look
Shuna
at
would
him.
make
Look at
that
him go.
noise.
Look at him go. He's
that's entertainment.
just rubbing in the baby oil.
Yeah,
Yeah, these stadiums are
Exactly.
doing like these like LSU and stuff. Even these colleges are like spending a lot of money to do light shows and more immersive things with like the audience and stuff like that. So
Makes
it's
a
pretty fun.
difference.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
it's like more of an experience than just watching the game. There's no like downtime really like there used to be.
Yeah.
You can just roll in there on ecstasy and just have yourself a grand old time.
I was
Yeah.
seriously, yeah, anyway, I told Julie, I said, all right, if you get these tickets offered to you again and you can't go, you have to say yes, and Chris and I will go. But the one parameter I have to give Chris Thomas is that him and I have to take hallucinogens before we go. So just so you know, Chris already made that rule with us.
Wow. Okay then.
Um, and that's why I'm wearing this shirt right here. My Easy shirt, has an
Oh,
Intuit
rest in
Dome
peace.
is in
yeah.
Inglewood,
R.I.P.
kind of around, not exactly the same neighborhood, of course, I know, but do what I do. So that was a blast. That was a lot of fun. And then one question I do have for you fellas, because today we started, or yesterday, this weekend, we were putting up Christmas decorations already. How do you guys feel? When is an
What?
appropriate time? When is an appropriate time to start putting up Colonial? When is the appropriate time to start putting up Christmas
December
decorations?
1st. December 1st. People do it like November 1st is like a holiday, like begin. December 1st is appropriate. If you want to do it the weekend after Thanksgiving, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I say
But if
Black
you do
Friday.
before then, yeah, Black Friday is. But if there's people that do it like in like November 1st, right after Halloween, you gotta let Halloween's superior than Thanksgiving and stuff. So you gotta let it kind of trickle and not just jump right into Halloween, Christmas rather.
Yeah, you gotta let it go from it's Halloween, gotta let it go then to Thanksgiving. Once Thanksgiving's done, then it's Christmas season. You can't. Yeah, I saw the same thing. I have a neighbor like three houses up. All their Christmas stuff is already out now. Like Halloween just ended. It's not even Thanksgiving. Like like it goes Halloween, then you have the month of Thanksgiving. Once Thanksgiving ends, like my parents had a
Go ahead,
tradition
Colin.
of,
Go ahead,
The
Colin. Hit
month
him.
of the month of Thanksgiving is my favorite month.
well, yes, it's a great month. But the day after Thanksgiving is then that's usually we would wake up hungover. My parents would call us to come help them take all the decorations down and then help them put up Christmas decorations. So yeah, I think
Whatever. Well, you know what? I'm just thankful that I live in a free country where I can put up
yeah,
my
live it.
Christmas decorations on November 1st.
Agreed. God bless you, you weirdo.
I love it. No, I just thought I'd ask that, since we're a little hot and heavy with the Christmas stuff, you know.
Hey, I mean, I will say it's nice to have the stuff up in the house. It gives you a nice, warm, cozy feeling. And but yeah, you're a psycho, Nate.
Last Christmas is already stuck in my head. Best Wham song, you know.
Oh, now it's
Um,
mine now. Thanks.
you are. That's all I have to see. That's how good of a
That's all
song
you
it
got to do.
is. Dun, 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 dun,
Or
dun,
how
dun, dun, dun,
annoying, but
dun,
it's not bad.
It's the
Once a year.
best. All right,
Shut
y'all. No
up.
more Christmas talk. No more of this. Nice Buena Besa. All right. So SDFC news, there's been some stuff going down. TJ Heaps just hired a bunch of people. So many people that I thought that I had them up on my screen, but you know what I have up on my screen right now? This is not a joke.
Last
Julie is
Christmas.
literally laughing at me right now, and I thought I had the new hires, but I was going to mention that today is Edmund Fitzgerald Day. Yeah, boo. So the Edmund Fitzgerald was a big freighter that sunk in a Great Lake in 1975, and it was on
Yeah.
November 10th.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
Gordon Lightfoot wrote a great song about it. So I just been listening to that song all day long. Oh
It's like
goodness, such a
40 minutes long.
yeah. I know. Julie's been hearing it
You're
all
insane. Are
day,
you kidding me?
all
That's the
day.
longest song like in the
Yeah.
Edmonds.
Nate sent it to me
It's
on
only six
Discord, and
minutes. It's only six
like,
minutes long. Like Stairway to Heaven is longer than the
No,
Edmund
it's the
Fitzgerald.
Edmonds Fitzgerald. No. Oh, maybe
Yeah, dude,
the
by Gordon
edited
Lightfoot.
version.
Yeah, the edited version. What?
Is that the one where
Fitz.
in Seinfeld they reference that, where George is like trying to outdo the lady with his like tragedies, and like I think the Edwin Fitzgerald, I think the guy. Anyway, if you know, you know. I
That
love
is
Seinfeld.
that is possible. It's a very famous freighter that sunk, and it sunk on
Yeah.
November 10th. So today is Edmund Fitzgerald Day.
Well.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
29 of them to be exact.
Right. Yeah, 20. Yeah. Fatality. Fatality.
It
Fatality.
eased into the water like an old man going into a warm bath. That's what George Costanza said.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it made me laugh.
that is insane. Yeah. So anyway, you can literally watch YouTube videos of Ted Koppel being like, blah, 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 the Edmund Fitzgerald, and it's all 1975-ish. Anyway, happy Edmund Fitzgerald Day, y'all. Happy Edmund Fitzgerald Day, Gordon Lightfoot. Anyway, I meant to have up all the people that TJ Heaps just hired. So now I have to Google it again. SDFC hires. It's a bunch of front office people. It's not my fault. It's not my fault nobody knows at the top of their head, you know. It's not like we just signed Kevin DeBoer.
I got it. I got you. Assistant Sporting Director Mark
Thank you.
Prezant. Technical Director Kenneth Heiner Muller.
Well, can you give a little background on Prezant first? Because they all have relatively big or good backgrounds and things like that. If you don't mind, I'm trying to find it.
24 years of experience in soccer, having held key scouting and recruitment roles across 4 MLS clubs, including Chicago Fire, Philadelphia Union, Inter Miami, and now SDFC.
That's what he was. He was a scout for Man U in North America. So with what's it called? With the Right to Dream being started by the ex-Man U fella. What's the name? I forget his name. But anyway, he's like on our board for our team. I should probably know his name. But, British guy, started Right to Dream in Ghana, was a head scout in Africa for Manchester United forever, probably head scout and a bunch of other bullshit. But that's why I think it's great, having ex-Man U scouts and people of that ilk all come through, with the Right to Dream and the MLS experience and all that stuff. I think, again, we've talked about it before, but like, I don't think people are understanding, like, we kind of have a leg up in a lot of different ways, but sorry, Christopher, that was the reason that I brought that up and wanted to actually talk about each one of these. Because I think that actually, I know I joked about it being boring, like who gives a fuck about front office stuff, but I think these are exciting hires, actually, all things considered.
Heck yeah, man. We have a lot of good experience in a lot of different places already, and we're still early on, and we have a lot of like advantageous spots within drafts and players we're getting that. I mean, we should be come out more or less out of the gate, man.
So one thing that I'm seeing just at a high level of this stuff, I'm just reading it now, but like one thing I really enjoy about SDFC is that we're not like necessarily a super like young and inexperienced team, the exception of Duran Faree and the guy I always forget his name, the winger.
Alexander
Alex?
Cole Mighton.
Thank you. He's a
Yeah.
little bit younger too, but it just seems like we're taking a like veteran leadership approach. And from what I see from this is like the Mark Prezant has like 20 years experience. Technical director has over 2 decades experience. It just I like that approach.
Oh,
As
I have
opposed to like a bunch of young cats, which I
Julie.
think it's a good mix. Sorry. Go ahead.
I agree wholeheartedly. And sorry, I'm just excited. Julie just passed me Prezant's LinkedIn, literally. And he was like at Philadelphia Union, he was the director of talent identification, which a lot of people who have been way more into the MLS, I guess, structure, not just the league itself, but like how MLS is run and what teams kind of have the good academies and things like that, have all Keegan, you okay? Have all brought up Philadelphia Union's academy. And he was the director of talent identification. Keegan's about to vomit. So he literally went from the director of talent identification at Philadelphia to the American first team scout for Manchester United. So that's fucking sick.
Look alive, boys.
Yep. See, I just said I'm fired up, Chief. But I'll look alive.
I love it.
Yeah. Just to tie a bow on that, they also hired Luke Jenkinson, who's the head of human performance, whatever that means, and Joe Jesua, the director of football operations. Interesting.
Human performance, is that what you said?
Human performance.
Yeah.
I just imagine a guy with a whip, not someone underperforms.
And he's
or
just
some
saying, look
Nazi
alive, boys."
scientists like, oh, here we go, boys. Like
That's
pouring into vials.
it always titles like that, or like anything, I don't know. I always err on the other side. Like when I was in tech sales and stuff like that, I literally ran an entire
you were in tech sales?
international. I know, but I ran a whole international sales channel and stuff like that, and they were like, you literally can choose your title, and I put international sales as my title. Like I'm not a big title guy. Like proof, I don't know. If you read somebody's title and you don't know what their job is right away, then that's a silly title in my mind. But that is the way in which the world works now. Like now you put titles that, like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does human performance mean? But you know what? I have no idea, but it's probably some new shit that people are doing that's going to pay dividends.
I can
Who
tell you
knows?
exactly what it is if you'd like.
Nail it. Do it for me.
He will
Please.
oversee the entire performance department at SDFC from the first team to the academy, encompassing all areas of sports, medicine, nutrition, psychology, sports science, and conditioning.
It's probably more catered to the individual, like even like more modern jobs. It's like you go in, it's like you probably like aren't it's not black and white. It's just gray, like right, like you have like more specific skill sets, and they're probably like, all right, we'll just make out this position, and you'll be helpful and you'll do a lot of things, but you know,
Yep.
I like it. I think that, yeah, like I think that a lot of the times, a lot of sports teams have gone through this, I don't know, whatever this we live in right now, where it was like data forward, all those types of things. You kind of focus on the individual athlete way more than you used to in the past, right? And I think that the titles in which come with that are just, they reflect those ideals. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, I don't know. I think that like, for instance, if a new MLS team came in 5 years, they would have similar positions with different titles. You know what I mean? I think it's
precisely
that type of situation, which is fine. I would much prefer to support a team that's going to be trying the new things and pushing the edge, pushing the envelope, as opposed to a team that's like, let's just fucking do the same fucking things we've always done. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know I can be sarcastic and sound whatever, but I'm mostly joking. Like, me personally, I'm bad about coming up with those titles, and I don't think they reflect myself, but like when it comes to developing new stuff and all that type of stuff, I would be horrible at that because I'd always just be like, "Why the fuck are we bad, 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 bad? Let's use the name, old name, all that type of stuff." So I much prefer that the team isn't taking that track. I don't. It would make me nervous if the team was doing what I thought would be the right thing to do in this situation. You know what I mean?
Nate's brain is like as if he's in the eye of a tornado and it's all spinning around him and he's just grabbing thoughts as they're coming.
Yeah,
And it just
but then it all just becomes chaos and makes sense.
it just wields into this horrific nightmare that just kills people.
I do the same
Fairly
thing.
alarmed here.
I do the
It
same
is a
thing.
night. It's a nightmare up here every single day.
I'm right there
I have
with
to
you, buddy.
live. I have to live with this. You know, you guys just have to deal with it every now and again. It's 24/7 for me.
Poor Julie.
Chaos is a ladder.
Hey. But yeah,
little
no,
finger.
those were the yeah. Thank you, Christopher. But
You
those
guys
were
wanna- You want
the
to hear
new hires in the front office.
you want to hear a funny thing that happened to me today that you'll appreciate as Jurassic Park fans?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
So I was just vacuuming. I don't know, he's vacuuming. And I accidentally FaceTime our friend Travis Blackburn, who we all know. And I was like, "Oh shit, man, I'm sorry, I accidentally FaceTimed you." And he was like, "Life finds a way."
He's always funny, man. I
Yeah,
freaking love
he's-
Travis.
I love Trevor.
He's
What a great
hilarious.
response.
It was just like because I haven't seen him for months. So I think that was his way of saying like, "Life finds a way." for
That's
us to
so
connect."
great.
Missed you, pal.
It was really
I love
funny.
But one topic of conversation with the announcements of our first away game and our first home game, it has been with Tifos for our first home game. So I just wanted to ask you guys if you have any thoughts on what you would like to see as our first Tifo at a home game at San Diego FC, or if you even thought about that, or you just kind of
I
hoping
thought
the first
about
one
it
is
a little
good.
bit. I don't know. It's tough. There's like, I guess like the kind of the waves and the sunset and like you could do like a green flash or something cool. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different. I guess that's where my mind grows is like just like ocean stuff or like ocean wildlife, maybe surfers.
I like
I have-
that's I like it all. I really hope we go with the immediately arrogant approach. Like I do, and I hope that it's just because this will also I've seen ideas for other tifos, and just like you said, like and I have not seen a bad idea is the thing, but I do think it would be so much work to do the tifos that people are requesting or recommending and things like that.
Yeah.
All the different colors. Like if we just did a tifo that's just block letters across, I really do. I would love for our first tifo to just be like, "You're welcome, MLS fans, for giving you an excuse to visit San Diego," and obviously put that down to like a better phrase. But that's what I would like is just you're welcome. You're welcome that you have an excuse to come here. Because that's it. Like imagine living in St. Louis. Like I would. Any
Poor St.
yeah.
Louis just gets the shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
I mean, literally, imagine living in any other city that an MLS team is in, and I could be happy in some of those cities, but I would always want to be in San Diego, and that is honest to God, that is 100% the truth, and that's where that little arrogance comes from. So I do like I wouldn't mind having that chip on our shoulder as fans, like you're welcome, you get to come here, like yeah, don't worry, we built this for you, you're welcome.
I have two thoughts, two ideas. Also, Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions tonight, and the Lions just won the last
First
minute.
of all,
Pretty
this is a
What?
big story, dude.
Yeah.
Read the papes.
crazy.
I love
Anyways.
the Lions, America's team now.
Yeah, they're the
Wait.
best. What? You all right, Keegan?
Don't think of too much about it, Keeg. Move on, Chris.
Oh, no, nothing. No, you're fine. I wasn't talking about you're fine.
You weren't talking to me. Okay, great. Good
No,
stuff.
just
He's just
Goff.
Keegan's off in his own world.
but you said
Goff-
Jared Goff. What? Continue on, and yeah.
Jared Goff. He's a quarterback for the Lions. Anyways, so first idea would be the thumbnail from our Halloween episode. That would be amazing. Can you imagine Colin's face all bloodied? Nate is the hitman. Keegan is just some fucking psychopath. Anyways,
I'm
my
listening.
Yeah.
cool.
Are
Thanks.
you?
Keegan's
You're
just gonna
not
be.
like you're talking shit. Like I'm not. I'm literally.
I wasn't talking shit. I'm just talking about your Halloween costume.
Oh.
Hey, you're not allowed. You guys
Okay.
aren't allowed to argue on Edmund Fitzgerald Day. All right, this is a fucking national holiday.
Uh,
Everybody calm down.
My
But I do
legit,
like that idea, Chris.
my
a
my
lot.
legitimate suggestion, and I think this would actually be pretty easy because it's just one color basically, is just do the chrome ball. Wouldn't the chrome ball be fucking rad?
Eh.
What?
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get like an amazing reaction to this.
We've been staring at the chrome ball for about a year now.
But the rest of the world, the rest of the country
It's
has
true.
it.
It's cool. I mean, I don't hate
It didn't work out too well, did it?
You guys,
It's not a bad suggestion, like Nate said. No bad suggestions. It would be
whatever. Fuck
cool. Or
off.
like the chrome ball.
I
Like you're
think that
rolling
would
into the
be-
opponent or something.
I think that would be cool, and then you cut it out literally like the chrome ball, like
Yeah, and then you
I
show all the
think,
cities
though-
and stuff. I don't know.
But I think the only issue with that is you would need it to be a 3-dimensional like actual ball that would come down so you can put each city in,
That's a
you
great
know,
point. That's a real good point.
that's the only
It would have to be 3D. All right, Keegan, do you have any ideas, or are you just off in La La Land?
No, I'm sorry. Just
he's
the
watching
way.
all 5 interceptions now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The way you constructed that sentence is what threw me off. So I was like, wait, what? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
what threw you off about it? Let's hear.
It wasn't 3-dimensional how you constructed it.
It was 4. You're playing 4D chess against me, and it really. No, I'm joking. But no, I think I don't know. I have a terrible Tifo. So next topic. What do we?
Hell yeah.
My God.
Let's if we can move on to the
Oh,
live stream.
like,
Hey, the
I don't
happy
know.
hour we did on Friday. Let's do it.
I have nothing else.
You're fine,
yeah.
dude. Hey, if you Keegan,
Chris
if you
is
don't have
making
any
me laugh
Tifa
too
ideas,
hard
that's fine.
internally.
As long as you're ready and willing to help paint it, or
Of course, but
hoist it
Chris
or
is.
whatever.
You're making me laugh too much internally to even
love it.
concentrate.
All right, but
Yes,
no,
but-
Friday we did another live stream. Interviewed some people at Novo again.
Yeah,
in
good
Mission
job,
Valley.
Nate. That was actually Trevor and I were
Yes.
watching. We weren't there, but we
Okay.
were watching. You did a great job. Guests were great.
Thank you. Now that's these are all just we're gonna keep going. We're ready to do those types of things like outside the stadium. Julie and I, we were driving up to the Clippers game and all that, we drove past Carson. On our way to LA, we drove past an LA team. It's so interesting. But on our way to LA, we passed Carson, which isn't in LA. We passed the LA Galaxy Stadium. And we were looking around to see which hotels we're going to stay at after the game and all that. So we're already pre-planning, man. We're ready.
Nice.
We're gonna be right there
That's
at the
awesome,
Home
man.
Depot,
I like it.
Home Depot StubHub Center. Freaking do it, dude.
Hey, so yeah, thank you for going down there and representing us. You're the man. I was gonna go, but obviously I'm a disaster.
Sickness is going around.
But you were interviewing Brandon from Terrible San Diego FC memes again. And he brought up a really good point, which I hadn't thought about, which I could probably just Google right now, but I'll just save it for the discussion. So, like in the NFL draft, it doesn't snake. Like a fantasy football draft snakes, right? Like you go from the first pick to the 10th pick, and then once the 10th pick is made,
It's linear.
the same guy picks again, and then it goes backwards, opposite. That would be a snake. Whereas like in the NFL, it's linear, Colin, where it just goes 1 to 32, and then it goes back to 1 and so forth.
So whoever had the last pick the previous round gets the first pick the next round.
Correct. That would be a snake, but that's not how the NFL does it, and I'm assuming MLS doesn't do it that way either. But it's a good question. Because the snake draft does offer like some parity, like it makes it a little more fair. But then again, at the same time, I'm assuming draft picks are based off of performance, so it is better, I think, to have like the higher draft picks to be given to the poorer
I wonder,
teams, if
dude,
that
to
makes
that
sense.
point, if so in NFL, is it based on like how you did through the entirety of the season, how far you got in playoffs and shit like that, or is it like your regular season record?
No, like so if you win the Super Bowl, you're the last pick. If you have
Okay.
if you're the worst record for the regular season, you have the first pick.
But I
So
don't
like that
think
one season where the Giants won the Super Bowl against the Patriots, who didn't lose a game, the Giants still got last pick,
Yep.
just got to
even though
get into the
that
playoffs.
was the only game the Patriots lost.
Yep.
So does that mean the Patriots got second to last pick?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know of any organization like NBA and stuff that does the snake format. Aren't all those linear? Isn't snake just something we do in fantasy?
Yeah, I Brandon brought it up, and I just thought
I could be wrong.
It just kind of piqued my interest. I was curious. I'm sure it's not, but that would be very interesting. I hope it's not for our sake, because our second round draft pick would be like pick 60
Yeah,
as
I
opposed to
can't
pick
imagine
31.
it is.
Anyhow.
Yeah, that would be weird. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't. No idea. Couldn't tell you one way or the other. I should probably know these things and research these things, but the draft is next month. I'll worry
I
about
know
that.
we'll
next
find
month.
out. I was about to say
Worry
we'll
about that
find
shit
out.
next month. You know.
You'll let future Nate deal with that.
For now, it's just let's just talk about transfer rumors because that's all we can do, right? Transfer players in before the draft, or I don't know, get people
Before,
interested, start to tap them up, which is illegal in England. How do we do this?
did you, sorry to break off from transfer rumors, but did you stay for the LAFC game at Nova?
I watched the first half. I didn't stay for
Okay,
the second half. So
gotcha.
first half where nobody scored a goal. I was sick.
Yeah,
That was like the
But
most
no,
boring game of all.
I was
yeah.
rooting against LAFC just at a nat just because I'm a normal human being. And no, I was thinking that all of our picks besides Colonial and Keegan, I mean, you guys' picks are still in LAFC. The only team still in, dude.
Yippee.
Cincinnati got beat on penalties by NYCFC.
Bittersweet.
I don't know if anybody heard, but Inter Miami, who has Lionel Messi on their team, lost. You know, the first round.
It was a wild
Actually,
game.
That game was wild. Yeah.
On that point, on my personal account, which I'm an idiot, I should have done this on the SDFC Fancast account. On Instagram, some reporter was just like, I'm going to the MLS playoffs, blah, blah. And then it was just about like, literally, it was like, I'm going to go report on Lionel Messi's first playoff game or something like that. And it's just like, oh, all right. Like you're literally there to report on just one player. And so, but that's not the case. Like that's just what they put. So it gets more views, you know? So I, of course, like the sarcastic bitch I am, I commented, I was just like, oh, dang, Lionel Messi plays in MLS. I didn't realize that. I wish you guys would talk about it more often. And literally the woman, the journalist, you know, MLS official, MLS follows her and everything, liked my comment. And I was just like, all right. That's a power move. Just like my sarcastic ass comment and not say anything. Just make me feel bad.
She won
But
this
I didn't
round.
really feel that bad though.
She
Sorry,
just
Stone,
went
so-
a little.
Everybody
She
scrolls
went a
down
little.
and-
I am assuming that it was either she was just liking every single comment, you know, for the engagement, which is also another power move. It's just like you didn't even read my sarcastic shit. But it just those things, like I have to remind myself, like, hey, if you're gonna make those comments, do it on the Fancast side. So it's just like I at least am just like, oh, I'm just joking. I'm just a lame ass podcast. But instead, it's like my personal one. I'm just like, oh, just joking, just joking. I thought it was on a different account.
What were you saying, Keegan?
That's
No, Colin. I want to hear Call. What were you saying? I interrupted Colin.
No,
So-
Nate said what I said basically. Was about to say anywho. Just
I know.
goes and likes everything. But you were on
No.
something way funnier.
Not
He
really.
doesn't- he
That's
doesn't
what.
remember.
No,
Yeah,
I was just
moving
gonna
on.
say it. Yeah.
I'm trying, you guys. I try to pass these softballs to these guys, and you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's just
I'm using not.
Hey,
I can only do what I can do. You know, can only do
It's
what I
not going to
can
be
do.
funny when you go, "Hey, what were you going to say?" 90 seconds later, it doesn't really.
Yeah.
So I love you.
You
And
have derailed.
let's spruce it up. Yeah.
So the reporter that I made the sarcastic comment to in whatever was Jillian Sikovitz. I don't know. She's followed by Jonathan's. The same people that the people that I follow that follow her are Jonathan Spector and MLS. Yeah, that's right. Jonathan Spector, dude. Give me some street cred. That's old school. That's an old school name right here.
Center back. I remember him well.
Good old Jonathan. Good old J Spec. You know.
Similar to Keegan, he is
Easy.
on the Spectre.
But no, yeah. But I was talking smack, and I have to when I do that publicly, I have to do with the SDFC Fancast account. Which, speaking of SDFC, let's do some transfer rumors because that's what we were told. We were told to talk about transfer rumors, but the only transfer rumor I've seen lately is Kevin De Bruyne. So there must be other transfers in the works that I'm not aware of. So I'm just going to take some guesses. I'll take some guesses. You guys tell me how you feel about these guesses.
Word up.
Milan Alowski. He's from Escondido, plays for Northland right now. Played for a few teams professionally. Not off the top of my head, but I think he played for Orange County for a while and stuff like that. So hanging out with the crew from Escondido. Milan Alowski, is that one of them? I don't know. The one that maybe people haven't talked about, but I think might be potential is Luca De La Torre. Luca De La Torre is one of our better players under Mikey. He's from San Diego. Again, local boy. Haven't heard much news in regards to him. And I feel like every time I watch him play, he's pretty damn good. So I'd be down for that. The obvious one that people have brought up, which I've seen, literally this is all I've seen though, is it's been confirmed by some people that are reputable that San Diego FC has talked to Kevin De Bruyne's representatives about possibly coming here. That's all I've seen in regards to like Tom Bogert and them. But one, I want to say again, if you're talking to those types of people, good. Also, Kevin De Bruyne, you'd be an idiot to not live in San Diego. Like, one, how much more money do you need? You've been playing too many games. You've been playing Champions League soccer since you were 17 years old for fucking gank and all that stuff. So just, come on over to MLS, chill out in San Diego and fucking dominate on the field for us. And then the last one is, so Lucho Acosta is the guy. He was the MVP last season in MLS, and he is amazing. He is so good. He was trying to get a citizenship to the U.S. He's Argentinian, and I don't know if it's going to work out for this World Cup, but he was also a little disappointed in, Cincinnati losing. And, he's doing that thing where he's just like, hey, is the team actually serious? So he's probably kind of asking for more money in his designated player contract. He's also sniffing to see what European teams maybe will get him, or even like Brazilian, Argentinian teams, stuff like that, because he just plays that style. He's amazing. But if San Diego FC could land him, like if he's upset and needs a new start, because he played for DC United. So do you guys remember that one goal for DC United where Wayne Rooney ran back, took the ball off somebody, runs back up the field, and then has that amazing assist? He assisted to the 5'4" or 5'5" Acosta. That is Lucho Acosta that scored that header. Is my size or possibly shorter than me. Can you believe that shit? So that's the same player. And I think that if he is unhappy and we have any chance to possibly get him and bring him to San Diego FC, holy fuck, we should do it. Like, if we're not at least asking about it or anything like that, I would be severely disappointed because he is, to me, is one of the better playmakers in MLS. I think he can slot right into the US team. I think he's that good, in my opinion. But I don't know. Out of all those people, I would be excited for all of them. Just sorry for just ranting that out and just spitting it out. But you guys, any feelings, any one way or the other for any of those players?
I have some thoughts about other players. I mean, yeah, Acosta would be sweet.
I'm all ears. Anything you're thinking.
Well, I have a pretty strong feeling that Neymar is going to go to Miami. I'm just bringing that. I don't think he's going to come here just because he just bought like a multi-million-dollar house in Miami. So I have a feeling
I'm genuinely not worried about him as like an opponent because he has played like 5 games or 6 games for the Saudi team he signed for in like 2 years. Like he's played almost no games the last two years. So like if Miami want to splash the cash for him, like knock yourself out.
One guy I would love to see. I'm all about the big name guys because we're looking for DPs, so I'm looking outside of MLS. But Anton Griezmann would be freaking sweet. The Frenchman. Nate doesn't like it.
Chris, I would. That's Anton Griezmann was one of my favorite players.
Okay.
Yeah, I would fucking die if we got him. I would be so ecstatic. You fucking kidding me?
So he would
That's a good call.
He would be like 33, and he's always talked about going to the MLS. He like once he's said publicly, my target is to end up in the MLS at some point in his career, and he's kind of nearing the end of his time at Atletico.
I'm just scared he's gonna go to LAFC because of Giroud and fucking.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good point.
And Lloris.
But yeah, he would be badass. Just some other like, I don't know. These guys we'd only have them for a couple of years, but it would still be fun if they came. Like Robert Lewandowski would be amazing, but he'll be 36 by the time our season starts, and Karim Benzema would be sick too, but he'll be 37 when our season starts. But I mean, it would still be pretty rad to have those big names for a couple of years, kind of like similar to Ibrahimovic in Galaxy. He tore it up.
I think Lewandowski would absolutely fucking dominate in the MLS. Dude, if we got Lewandowski and Chris, we got Lewandowski and Griezmann, I would kiss you on the lips. That is true life.
Even just Lewandowski?
Dude, no, Lewandowski, honestly, to me, is one of the more underrated players of all time. Like,
I love him.
He is so fucking good. If you look at the stats, like in regards to like goals scored and all that stuff, like he's always third on the list under Ronaldo and Messi. Like it's like Lewandowski. It's fucking crazy. Like he is so underrated in my mind. Like he is amazing.
Both him and Benzema are just like, just straight up strikers, like straight up finishers. Whereas we don't really have that yet. Like Chuki's the closest thing, but I would say he's more of like a center, like center forward as opposed to a striker. So if you had someone like Benzema or Lewandowski getting, nice, just a true finisher, you know what I mean? Just in there getting headers or just, tracking down rebounds, whatever it might be, just natural goal scorers. That would be, I think, an awesome addition for what we've already built so far.
I'd piss my pants with joy.
And kiss Chris while you're
as I was pissing my pants. It's a new fetish.
You'll get sick and I'll get wet. Woo!
Hey, all the cool kids are doing it. The cool kids are peeing their pants.
Miles Davis.
I had a dream that we were signing Bernardo Silva, which we're not going to, and it's not close. But I had a dream, and it was very random. So, maybe we'll get Bernardo Silva.
That is incredible that you had a dream that we signed Bernardo Silva of all players. Like that is really that's some soccer street cred right there.
Well, maybe it's like the Man City connection with De Bruyne in my subconscious, but why Bernardo Silva? Why not have a dream about KDB? I don't know.
Or Gundogan, Gundogan would be an amazing.
Yeah, and that makes sense. He's getting a little bit older, and he's just got like their 1-year contract with City now, I think. So yeah, that actually would be.
I'd be down.
I will say that us Thomases have, although Keegan last week said I had terrible intuition, but we have pretty good intuition. I've had dreams before that have come true.
That made me laugh during the episode, and then when I watched it again, it made me laugh even harder when he was just so matter of factly like, you have horrible intuition. It was so funny.
It's really funny.
You can believe it. That's but no.
Okay.
But yeah.
Any thoughts, Keegan, on any players you like?
De Bruyne would be like the icing on the cake if that actually were to happen, which I don't think it will. I think realistically at this point now, they're gonna fill out with. They have the draft coming up. We're getting close to like camp's gonna start in 6 weeks. Excuse me. After once January starts. So I don't know, maybe another big signing, but I think they'll fill it. I was kind of trying to look at during like the MLS playoffs which we talk about are going on, what other players may be up to where we could try to
Yeah.
siphon off some like decent midfielders or defenders or something to fill those gaps. Because I think realistically, I don't know if we're gonna get any other. Maybe we'll get one more big signing. I think it'll be if we can get some like quality mid-level guys now is the key. Like it's gonna starting to funnel down now. Like
Dude,
we've got a lot of big players. Now it's gonna be who are those pieces that will kind of fill the gaps, you know?
that's a good point in regards to the playoffs, because there are teams, right, with injuries. Like we may have seen players perform really well that may not be part of the 12 that are safe, for the team, or fit whatever it was, 15 or something like that. Like we may have watched them on playoff games. Like SDFC might be watching some of these players like, oh shit, this defender's pretty good. He only came in because so and so was injured or something like that, So I think that watching the playoffs is, might give us a little bit of insight into at least who SDFC is looking at in regards to taken during the expansion draft in particular.
Yeah, because a lot of teams are gonna obviously they're gonna secure their best players, which any team would. But there's still guys that are on the cusp that are good, decent players that can fill those gaps, that have quality experience within the MLS or what other, if they came from the Prem or other second leagues. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see. Now it's going to be all those kind of little fill people that'll come in.
Yeah. One question with playoffs happening right now and the best of three and all that stuff. Like we've mentioned before, we have watched a shitload of MLS in the past, but haven't been consistent. Like, okay, this is my team. I'm going to watch every single season. Like between all of us, we've watched almost every MLS Cup final and all that stuff. But in regards to like, all right, we have a team now. We're ready. How do you guys feel about the playoffs and all that? Because coming from watching European soccer and maybe, Supporter Shield is more like that, where the team with the best record at the end wins the Supporter Shield or all those types. And then you get into the playoffs. Like personally, like it makes me excited for the playoff stuff. Like, I really like the idea of every team plays the other team once home, once away, and the team with the best record at the end wins. MLS just isn't set up like that. The US is too big for that. Like it's just different. And I think that there's literally still in 2024 trying to figure out the most exciting and the best way to present MLS as a product. But I at first I thought that the best out of three was silly, but kind of down with it being the first. And I would personally, I would like it if it's best out of three and then single elimination after that. Whoever is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty
and
sure.
Whoever is seated higher gets the home game, right? I'm down, dude. I'm down with that. Like I'm down. I like that. How do you guys how do you guys feel about all that?
Yeah, and you said it well. Like they're still in, even though this league's been going for what, like, I don't know, 30 some odd years now, right? At this point. Excuse me, but they're trying to like still figure it out and like trying to like still try, like you said, put the best product out there and making it the most enjoyable experience and just making it make the most sense for what, it is in America opposed to the rest of the world. So yeah, it'd be interesting.
And it's unique too, because like we're the 30th team, like 28 years later, the league is still expanding, and that to me, that seems relatively unheard of. And I think, I'm down with them to experiment a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's not really unheard of. Like the NFL added it, there were just the MLS is relatively new in comparison to baseball and the NFL, but and basketball. They've all like slowly added expansion teams. Like the Texans were back in like I think 98 or something like that. And like in baseball, I think the Tampa Bay Rays were an expansion team. So it's not unusual, I wouldn't say, but going back to the other thing, don't quote me, but I am pretty sure that now it's single elimination, which is pretty cool. But I agree, Nate. I do agree with the like kind of best of three model for the opening round. And then really quick, we can stay on this topic, but going back to what Keegan was saying, we're allowed to have 3 DPs, right? Each team gets 3,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty sure our only one so far is Chuki. I don't think we've.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be
Oh, it
surprised.
is. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought.
Yep.
So I
Wow.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if we. I mean, we should use them. We're allowed 3, so let's get 2 more.
I thought wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought, in Vartan, everybody might have been filled. Is that, so that's amazing. Yeah. That we have to fill. Wow. We have 2 more then? That's
Yeah.
incredible.
No, did we have to, one of them is going to be signed by the end of December, according to whatever I talked about, whoever put it on Discord. You know what I mean?
What was his name? Like Clay or
Dude, I
sounded like a
can't remember.
tennis
I can't
instructor or
remember.
something.
I don't know. Chris, the editor, was supposed to put that in there, and I'm just joking. You weren't supposed to do anything. But no, that was it.
Let's knock it out. Let's do
Let's
it.
do quiz game. You guys ready for quiz game? Let's do it.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
And we'll do it because it's topical. So tomorrow is Veterans Day. Boo, 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 in the US. So right now it's Sunday the 10th. Tomorrow is the November 11th, which is Veterans Day, and very near and dear to my heart. After 9/11, my older brother signed up for the Marine Corps, did a tour of Iraq and Afghanistan. At pretty much the worst times you can do tours of those countries as a service member of the United States of America. So today's quiz game is on my older brother, Gregory.
All right.
Very nice.
Thank you for your service, Gregory.
Gregory the legend. He's a big fisherman, Colin. You guys would get along really well.
Oh, I know we would. And thank you to all the veterans out there, first responders, everybody active and veterans, everybody out there. You guys are.
Yes.
Oh, I
Gonna
literally
say-
I had to choose the questions that I wrote because I got to make sure not to be emotional. You know, got to save those good ones for
Patreon.
The best man speech at his
Yeah,
wedding
right. Yeah.
that I'm gonna
Patreon.
give, whether I'm the best man or not, dude. Too bad I'm giving a speech at your wedding, Gregory. It's gonna be the fucking best. You're gonna bring the house down. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, you guys ready? Quiz game. Gregory, the veteran. What type of cigarettes does Gregory smoke? Does he smoke Marlboro Reds, Marlboro Menthol Lights, or Marlboro Menthol Silvers?
There's where did he go to basic training?
North Carolina.
Okay.
Oh,
That
basic
helps.
training like boot
Yeah,
camp.
but yeah,
He was not at Camp Lejeune. Obviously, we're from Escondido, so he went to MCRD. He did his MOS
he
school
did
in
at MCRD.
North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, and at Lejeune. So he did the normal boot camp at MCRD, MEPS or whatever they call it at Pendleton, where they hike up and the Silver Bullet and all that stuff. And then his
Yeah.
MOS was in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Okay.
All right. Gregory smokes Marlboro Menthol Silvers.
Oh, I had that
All
written.
right.
I had that written
Menthols?
down, and then I changed my fucking answer.
I had reds
Menthols?
written down, and then I switched that and put silvers down. All right.
Yeah.
Nope,
menthols.
My
What?
mom smokes Marlboro Reds, Colonial. All right,
Okay. Well, I knew someone had to.
dude.
Damn it, trust your gut.
That movie, Old School, when what's his face, the other Wilson brother, is just like, you smoked Marlboro Menthol Reds in high school, and it intimidated me. It cracked me up because my mom smoked Marlboro Menthol Reds forever.
That's a real cigarette right there.
My cousin
well,
was a
I come from
Marine
a real
and-
fucking family, you know what I'm
Yeah.
I
saying?
know you did. That's why I like it.
Wow. All right.
All right. What day in December is Gregory's birthday? Is it the 17th, the 18th, or the 19th?
Oh, well, this is gonna be interesting.
Tell me likey. Tell me want wingy.
Oh, thanks, Helen. You look like a Helen.
Yeah.
It's
And
crazy
that's
because
when I blow it.
I actually know Gregory a little bit, and you would think I would have an advantage here.
Oh yeah.
Julie and I
was gonna
talked
say,
about
this
this.
is cheating.
No,
I
Chris,
haven't
you
gotten
and Nate
I haven't
turn.
gotten anything right.
I made sure to do questions that Chris wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, that's what you say, but come on, good lord.
I thought about that. I bring it. I bring that into the thought process.
I've witnessed Gregory, and he looks like a fantastic man, but I've never talked to or know anything about him.
Witnessed him.
Yeah, he's
Where
just
have
a
you
beautiful
witnessed him?
human.
Gregory's birthday is December 17th.
God
I was
damn it.
hoping it was 18th because that's my.
Who got it?
Chris, you didn't get that, did you?
This is just cheating
You're making me
now.
look bad. You're making me look bad, Christopher.
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? Throw it? I am not.
No, but
throwing.
it's here's your friend.
All right.
All right.
Question.
Here's your
You'll
friend.
lose. You'll lose.
Question number 3. This could be hypothetical. This may or may not have happened. Gregory may or may not have outrun law enforcement in a vehicle at one time when he was young.
Allegedly.
If this really did happen, which it didn't, was he driving when he ran away from the cops successfully? This happened in a dream. It's not real. Was he driving a Honda Civic, a Honda Accord, or a Honda CRX?
You're not.
This is the best.
Do we have the
hypothetical.
alleged year? Or no?
2002.
Oh, that's gotta.
That's too much information.
Oh, that's got it.
This
Yeah.
didn't happen though. It didn't happen though. This
But
is
it
just a
never
joke.
happened. This was just.
This is allegedly.
Yes, dude. Such a good sound effect. All right.
Allegedly, it was a Honda CRX.
Shit.
All right. Got it.
Got
You
it.
got it, Call?
Yeah.
Chris, you got it too?
Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
At my place, when we're hanging out and drinking, we like to play a game called Guilty Pleasure. And what you do is you pick a guilty pleasure song on YouTube, and then no one can judge you. That's a rule. I have to explain this rule to everybody, and every dickhead breaks the rule. Everybody's such a jerk. Everybody clowns everybody else for their guilty pleasure song in one way or another, but I have to stamp it out like, hey, everyone is allowed to listen to cheesy ass music, all right, and be happy about it. So when that happens, what is Gregory's guilty pleasure song? Is it No Doubt Bathwater? Is it NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye? Or is it Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA?
Listen.
That might be my favorite GIF or GIF drop, whatever you want to call it. Let's turn it into a GIF.
Hey, I understood. You guys ready? It's Party in the USA.
Ah,
I thought he
Gregory.
was too old for that.
Big Miley Cyrus fan. Yeah, right, dude. I could just see him right now in Fallujah, like, it's Party in the USA.
Fallujah, throwing grenades. Like,
All right. Here's one for you. Back when Gregory was maybe middle school, first couple of years of high school, around that time, he bought a soccer jersey. What team was Gregory's first soccer jersey that he bought way back in 1998? Was it? Was it Real Madrid, Chivas, or Mexico?
man, you guys are. That's a big.
You trying to be everybody's friend? Don't give a fuck about you right now.
Yeah, well said. Well said, Clint. Me too, man.
Guys ready?
Yeah.
Mexico.
Oh.
Pick Chivas.
I did Chivas too. Damn it.
It was
Real
either
Madrid.
between Mexico or Real Madrid. Gregory has never bought a Chivas jersey.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what? Colin and I
So?
have Colin and I have
Gross.
2. Keegan doesn't have anything.
I have one. Yeah, no, we're
Oh.
done.
All right.
That's you two.
between
All
Keegan,
right.
or sorry, between Christopher and
No, yeah.
Colonial.
God, if I
Bad
didn't
luck,
change
the
my answer on
Thomases.
the first one.
Bad luck, the
Tiebreaker question.
Thomases.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
What was Gregory's MOS when he was in the Marine Corps? Was he a mechanic, infantry, logistics?
I think I actually might have this
We take special care of him. He's a special boy.
one.
Guys ready?
Yeah.
Silence is definitely.
Logistics.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
a call?
that.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually knew
Did you
that
get it,
from a
Christopher?
previous episode.
Nope.
You brought it up
Yeah.
before.
He
Way
did.
back
Yep.
when.
Good work.
Yes, I
job,
won
Colin.
him off the schneid.
Hey, right now, quiz games are 3 for Christopher, 1 for Keegan, 1 for Colonial.
All right.
Good job, Colin. Colin,
Thank
good
you.
win. We got to. Hey, Colin, it's you and me versus fucking Chris.
Oh.
Sick ass.
No.
Sick
Let's
ass.
go.
Sick ass sicko.
But now,
Good. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
service, Gregory.
yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, thank you,
had to-
Gregory.
Gregory,
you know,
I'm
Veterans
sorry.
Day had to
Thank
do it
you for
about
your
Gregory.
service.
Thank you, Julie,
Nah.
for the theme. Julie actually
Hell
came
yeah.
up with that idea. Wonderful
great.
idea.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you,
Well
Gregory,
done.
for your
Yeah.
service.
All the veterans.
Julie,
All the veterans.
you're always. Yeah, exactly.
Gregory, I would like to issue you an apology. I should have won that game easily.
Yeah, how
Chris,
sad.
you losing
Chris.
it makes it so much better.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
so
makes
Oh,
it so
man.
sad, Chris.
so
That's
good.
sad.
I
Like
know,
that. How
Keegan, I-
sad.
Not sad.
He's
I
gonna
already tried-
beat your ass the next time you see him. He's gonna put a marine ass whooping on
And
you.
you know what's funny is it like since Chris has hung out with him the most, he knows the last person in the world that would beat his ass is Gregory.
He's such a sweetheart.
You've hung out with him a bunch. Oh, he's gonna be so disappointed.
Oh, dude.
I mean, we haven't talked about what jersey he bought when he was 13,
Yeah.
but
Hey, touche. Good point.
I got his birthday right. All right. All right. That's
That's
the
all
most
that
important
counts.
You don't walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, when you were 12, what was the first soccer jersey you bought?"
Watch now, Gregory's gonna watch and be like, "Hey, dumbass, it was actually Real Madrid." And I should be like, "Oh shit, my bad." Hey,
Yeah, you better test Colin. Let him know he got that one right.
hey.
one.
Then you'd be the extra winner, you know?
Oh, man. True.
There we go.
Oh, good stuff, fellas.
Does
Good
the
stuff.
extra loser want to make a run? There he goes.
There he goes. We're back. We're back. Rest back.
We are back.